Hey.
Today I'm going to be taking my dad, who's almost 60, and turning him into a Mr. Universe competitor. Boom! So use my workspace, always take a portrait, use the portrait mode on your mobile phone and give you a less distorted headshot. And guys, I'm going to do it. I know you don't know me too well, but I'm going to ask you anyway, could you please say hello to my desktop? And moving on. Next step, we go to image generation on Leonardo. And then we will go in and choose a character reference image. So we find the image, we drop it in there, and we add it, we change the value to high, and we write our prompt. So I've got my Mr. Universe prompt. I've done a few different ratios, we get a few different variations. Now here's the results. So we can flick through. These are the wider angle ones, these are the portrait ones, and I did a few more. Look at his dress, lovely, cute. And then I did a few wider aspect ratios, so it wasn't quite 16:9, it's a little bit wider. And I'm going to go through and choose my favorites, but first I took a reference image off the internet of an actual Mr. Universe. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to go and select depth to image. You can use edge to image too, they're roughly the same. I'm going to use depth to image. So I'm going to upload our actual Mr. Universe in here. And usually you can match the ratio, but because the image is so thin you can't, so I'm going to go 16:9. And flick through and look at this. So we've got similar, very similar aesthetic to the original reference image. I need to fix his teeth because, yeah, it's like doing a bunny rabbit teeth pose. I don't really know what that's about, but I'll show you how to fix that in AI app on your mobile phone. He's also got free nipples on the chip. Interesting. I'm going to go through, I'm going to upscale a few of my favorite images. So I really like this one, so I go into here. I don't know, crisp upscale. That one's ready, it's download, so download that one. I upscaled this one, so download that one, and I upscaled the last one, which was this one. They're all ready now, so I'll put them in my folder. I'm going to head to FaceApp now. This is where we close the mouth. Now I had difficulty, it wouldn't close the mouth, it wouldn't recognize it as a mouth because of those big bunny rabbit teeth. So what I had to do was give him a smile, and then save that image to my desktop first. So I gave him a smile, saved that to my gallery, and then reopen it, and then we go again. Now recognizes it as actual teeth. We can then close the mouth and we get the lips back. So there you go, there's a little hack. I'm going to choose this one. Now you head into Discord, guys. You need Pixie AI. But you need to invite him to your Discord channel. So I'm going to put a link in the description to a YouTuber who explains it way better than me on how to add the PCAI. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop our image in here. So we click /save ID, and then we add a name. The name I added had more than 10 letters, so I had to do it all over again. So I had to go /save ID, and I put Mr. Universe, and we add the image of my dad. We press enter. Then I go set ID, and I told Mr. Universe, this sets it as the active ID. Lastly I go /swap ID, and then I go --CH for chin, --HL for hairline, and -M for mouth. This will give you a more accurate face swap. Once all that's loaded in, we go and drop our images in individually to our Discord channel. With all the images on there now, we just right click, go down apps in Swapper, do this for each of the images, and then wait for the result. So we go here, and for this one, eyes a little bit dark. That's turned out pretty cool. So I'm going to save the ones that I like. Doesn't matter if the skin's a little bit smooth, when we upscale it, we'll get that detail back. So don't worry right now. So we have the free FaceApp images. So go to KREA AI. It's an upscaling website. It's £10 a month for a basic plan. You can also upscale in Leonardo with the universal upscaler. We go into here, we can edit prompt and tweak it to our liking. I find that AI tends to age people, so I tend to take about 10 years off the subject. If it says an old man, I'll replace it to a 50-year-old man rather than a 60-year-old man. So here's the plans. Basic is the one I've got. You can upscale 2 images at a time, so we're waiting for that one to finish before we can actually drop another image in with the basic plan. So we do it again, we add a prompt, and with the settings, if you can see, we turn the AI influence down to around 30, and then we put the resemblance up to around 90. Let's look at the detail. So it brings a lot of detail back. The beard is amazing. The hair, it's just brilliant. So I'm going to do this for each of the images, guys, and when that's done, we will come back. Editing the prompt again. I love to put things in like blue eyes as well, because sometimes you can change the color of the eyes. So, that's a little tip for you for free. There you go. And there we have it, guys. So the last one is upscaled. We've got a bit of a manky eye on one of the images. I'll show you that. And if it's this one, that one's not too bad. Let's have a look at the other images. Still enhancing. Come on. Finally. But there, this is the one with the manky eye, so yeah, we'll fix that. I'll show you a couple of ways that we can do that. Save those and head into Remini. So Remini is usually very good for fixing eyes. On this occasion, it didn't do very well, but I'm going to show you what it does anyway. So we drop each of the images in one at a time, and we just drag and drop them into Remini. I'm just going to create a little folder there. The images that were upscaled. I like to keep my folders neat and tidy. So yeah, I'm going to drag this into Remini. It'll enhance the file. It'll also put a color profile on it. I don't like the color profile that. Also, I'm going to go and show you the difference. It tends to work a lot better on mobile. By the way, it'll give you 2 or 3 variations where it says face enhance. You can do 2 or 3 variations on mobile, and the eyes turn out a lot better. Zip. Just want to save each of those. So, Magnific AI, that's an abrupt scaler, but I'm going to show you how to upscale using Leonardo AI. So, we can find our images and add them in. We'll do them one at a time. So we just drag, drop, and turn the creativity to strength 10. This is a little like the resemblance slide or on KREA AI. because basically if the AI's strength is too strong, then the likeness of the character will go down. So, just going to do the same for each. You can upscale it. It'll only upscale so far on, it'll only upscale so big on Leonardo. So, you sometimes have to turn that slider down before it will let you upscale. So this one here, the upscale up slider, and just tweak that down. If your image is already too big, it won't upscale that. Also, you just turn the slider all the way down, and it will allow you to do a one-to-one upscale. Well, it will add detail to the image. So we got a little bit more clarity there. Not much, but the image had already been upscaled, bear in mind. So once you're happy with those, we'll save each one. I'm going to save each file. I'm going to add them to Photoshop. First off, I am going to fix this Gamiali. So, duplicate the layer. And I'm going to go to Neural Filters. Let's filter Neural Filters. Go to Smart Portrait. You can change the OI direction. So as soon as you change the OI direction, we get a brand new set of OIs. So this is just processing in the cloud. Sometimes it takes a while, depending on your internet connection. So yeah, you can see we've got a brand new set of OIs. They're still not great, but in a moment, keep watching, I will show you an even better way to fix that gammy eye. Okay. This is the before and after. Before, after. That's right. I mean, at least it's not misshapen eye. But I'm going to show you another way. So I'm going to make a selection of this eye, right? So we can either use a marquee and take the whole eye, or we can drag some guides then. So you can go View, Show, Guides. Make sure you've got your ruler showing on the outside of your canvas, so you can press Alt and R to make your rulers appear and disappear. So Alt and R, there you go. I'll turn that on and up. Then you can just drag the guides from the side from the ruler. So I'll drag them to the edge of the eye, the color part of the eye, whenever that's called. And then I'll get my marquee tool. So I need to drag that one out. So I'm going to get the elliptical marquee tool and drag it round, and then we get the approximate shape of the eye. I'm going to copy and paste that to a new layer. So there we go, we've got a copy of that there. So we'll drag that in there in a moment. What I'm going to do first is I need to get rid of this leg, so I'll create that for no reason. So delete that blank layer. And then what we need to do is whiten the eye to take out the original mess that is there. So we'll go onto our color picker, select a white part of the eye. We'll use our brush and just reduce the size. And I'm just painting sort of there, leave another line for the outside. And then we can go in with the spot hidden tool or the patch tool then to clean that line and get rid of that. First of all, merge these layers together. And then, like I say, we can remove that line. Our line almost moved, and then switch to my patch tool. Since I installed the Pro panel on the left hand side, the patch tool has been really hard for me. It keeps taking chunks like this. If I have my finger left down on the control button, it takes a chunk. You shouldn't have to do it. You should just basically just have to draw your selection and then drag and then deselect. Well, yeah, it's all changed since I installed the Pro panel on the left hand side, which is helpful, but not for patching. Once we've done that, then we can drag the eye into place. We're gonna have a look. Where we need to put it, I'm gonna move it slightly to the right. So with a few little nudges. Yeah, that'll do. I need to add a mask onto that. And then I get my brush, fairly soft, and I just pay out the sharp line on the bottom of the eyelid. And go around like so. Now my eye gone. So we've got two functioning eyes now. So we will fly an image. I'm going to save that. And now I'm going to do a little bit of editing. Ooh, nipple. So we need to get rid of this nipple first. I'll just use the spot healing tool. And that is gone. Yeah, so let's do some editing. So I need to save that. Oh, look at that eye. Yeah, that's pretty good. Ooh, let's get rid of the text on the shirt. It doesn't really say anything. So we can go to generate fill. And just get rid of that. The generate fill, it's a fairly new Photoshop tool. It uses AI and you can add and remove aspects to an image. If you want to remove something, you just don't type anything in the box. You just press generate fill. Draw around generate fill. Right. It's time to edit these. So after pointlessly closing the images, I'm going to pointlessly reopen them again. So I'm going to add some structure to each image. So with this Pro panel, I'll put a link to that in the description as well. It's pretty cool. But I'm only really using it for the structure in this image, so you should really need to go and purchase it just for that. But it is pretty good. This is a color flare that I'll allow to add. If you join my Patreon, guys, I've made it affordable for everyone. You can download my actions. I'm going to use a couple of actions from my workflow. And you can go and add these to your workflow for a measly fee. I love just adding these color flares. I think it adds to the ambience of the scene, brings everything together. And then I use, I've got this main action that brightens everything up. So after taking a snapshot in my history, I'll take another snapshot after I've applied my effect. And then I got bright and a darker original version. So I copy and paste the bright version onto the darker version. I can turn down the opacity afterwards to my preference. Well, it's weird line here, so I'm going to get rid of that and spot here and brush. And I can also put a cinematic tone on here, which is also included on my Patreon. Turn down the opacity a touch. You know what? Pretty happy with that. Next, I'm going to add some color flares again to this image. With the color flares, you can go in, you can change the color to match the scene. We'll just generate new colors just to amplify the scene. And just overlay them a little bit on the subject. And then, you can go in and group them and just turn down the opacity. Pretty cool. I'm going to add some structure, take a snapshot, use my main action, take a snapshot, select everything from the main action and paste it onto the darker and then reduce the opacity. To my liking, add a cinematic glow, group, and reduce the opacity. I'm going to tweak the color balance. Last one now, so I'm going to use a color flare. Again, color full flare is what it's called. Yeah, sometimes I'm experiencing a bit of a few problems because I've got a wireless mouse and a Wacom tablet. And sometimes when I'm dragging out with doing certain things, it doesn't work for whatever reason. So if you see me just, messing around and not really doing anything, it's because I'm trying to get my pen or mouse to work. Both changing the colors, look at this. Again, with the structure, take a snapshot, main action, go to history, take a snapshot, copy everything from the brighter and paste it to the darker, reduce the opacity, flatten, and then I'm just going to tweak the contrast a little bit on this one. Curves layer. Have skin glow action also. Press that and bring out the highlights a little more. Flatten and then add my cinematic tones. Change the cinematic tones. Look in here. So I'm going to group those together, turn down. Flatten that, and yeah. So that is me with the pen trying to change the slider, and it will not work, so I have to switch to the mouse. And I alter the color balance. Bang. That was pretty sick. So thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, I know I'm a new channel, you don't really know what I'm about. I'm going to ask you again, could you please just say hello to my desktop? And if you can't do that, then just subscribe. You know what I mean? Subscribe.